Hello there YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another showcase for Roguevember, which is a month that we are taking to show off some of my favorite roguelikes of all time. And today we are looking at Aces and Adventures. Now, Aces and Adventures is technically a deck building roguelike, but it's more of a I don't even know how to do it, how to mention it. Yes, you technically have two different decks. One of those decks is your ability deck, but it's really more of a collectible card game. And so you just draft your deck. And over the course of a usual game session, you will also procure items that cause some of your cards to do different things because your actions aren't really held by, say, mana or action points or cards in your hand even, well, technically, because you're going to use an actual poker deck as your mana, and certain cards have certain requirements, like this one can only be used with an ace, a queen of hearts, stuff like that, or just any spade. And you're going to have to go through those restrictions to make a functional deck and play through the game. There is a story mode to the game, and honestly, I feel like excuse me, down here. There's a story mode to the game. It has quite a few chapters. Some of them are quite difficult. I believe I played up through summer or fall on the channel without any meta progression, and it was certainly difficult. But certainly, like, I would say that the campaign experience or the narrative experience is very good. As someone who's not really an English major or an English minor, I call it more of an English minus. I really appreciate the writing that went into this game. It's not anything that's really going to, like, blow you away like something like Citizen Sleeper or Disco Elysium, but the way that they like use their diction, and then of course they're using like visual effects on the screen and like the sound effects and all that. It's a really great experience. And then of course this comes in 5 different difficulties. That sorry, I guess just 4 different difficulties. I thought you could go Infernal on that as well. Guess not. But then there's 3 different, or 2 different roguelike modes. Infernal Spiral, which is more like a Slay the Spire, where you start from a basic deck, and then you slowly add abilities to it, reduce their cost, get equipment, stuff like that. Then there's also War of the Branches, which is similar to Infernal Spiral. You're gaining power as you go through the run, except you get to craft your own deck of abilities, which is also what you use in campaign mode. And then there's also Daily Challenge. Guess I never realized that was spelt wrong. Guess nobody else did either. This is like 5 months old. Daily challenges, which come in all the different abilities or different modes, and they have very considerably altering like effects on them. Anyways, we are going to go ahead and go into War of the Branches. We're going to start like, this is probably like way easy. Another thing that might be interesting for some of you guys is that it does clock your time and rank you accordingly. It uses strategic time, which is any time spent in battles, so you can take as much time as you want to make decisions out of battles as far as pathing and stuff like that. And before I completely pass it, if you like what you see, I will leave a link down in the description below so that you can go to the Steam store page and pick it up for yourself. Believe it's currently on sale for the Steam Autumn sale. I feel like I'd be chumping myself if I didn't go up to fall, but we'll go into summer. And we'll go with the character that I'm most comfortable with, which is Layla, because she doesn't play by the rules.
I walk my own path.
And we are going to... I think we're going to go with my Gambler deck. So the game has 5 different classes, and each of those classes have different archetypes that they can go into. So it's not really like I'm playing this one class, this is exactly how I play. You can actually scale yourself to only use one suit of cards. You can scale yourself to evenly use a whole bunch of suits of cards. And again, they each have their own mechanics that you can go into as well. This is playing with full meta progression, meaning that at the start I can mulligan my full hand. Unfortunately, I would say that despite the fact that we went through summer and the campaign without using meta progression, it's highly encouraged that you use meta progression. Get rid of those.
Now I'm perfect.
Okay, so at level 1, which is where we start, we get to choose a trait. And that also sort of curtails into like what kind of a run that you're going to be doing. There is a mode where you can have it so that you can choose any level 1, 2, or 3 trait at any point at level 1, 2, and 3. I personally don't feel like that's like in a way to say it fair to the game, but some people enjoy doing that because you can even choose the same thing multiple times, which gets incredibly busted on some people. Now, for this deck, us being a gambling deck, being able to view the top card of all decks is kind of important. Also, +1 max hand size is probably one of the best stats in this entire game. We are going to go ahead and skip that lore, as it is unimportant. And so now we got a familiar Slay the Spire-esque sort of map here. And because I'm on the 2nd difficulty, I have the option between 2 branches. So playing on higher difficulties actually doesn't mean that I have less options. In fact, I actually have more options available to me. But the enemies that I'm going to face are certainly not going to be playing around the higher difficulties that I go to. And we can do all sorts of things such as take normal battles, take group battles, take elite encounters, force a level up, which again, we can go up to level 3, and then at that point, I don't think that we have any effect on leveling up. These turn into gain items. We can gain items. We can go to a merchant to spend our cards in our hand. Actually, it's ability cards in our hand in order to get items. I think that that's probably the best showcase of this game, would be me doing that. Hitting this merchant, this event, this ability shrine would show off some pretty neat stuff. +1 health wouldn't do much. Gain a consumable, fight this boss. We can also take a look at all the bosses that we're going to face ahead of time. So Dark Mastery means that I believe Dark Mastery is +1 damage with dark cards and -1 damage taken from dark cards. We'll get into that later. Anyways, don't really gotta keep looking. We'll go ahead and go in.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Okay, so this is an enemy. You can see it's an enemy +1. That is because we are on the 2nd difficulty. We're going to be fighting harder enemies. Some of them are going to be +2. Some of them are going to be 0 because they're enemies that are supposed to be later in progression. This enemy has Wild Ward, which is important because it means that any card that has Wild Suit or anything like that does not deal damage to it. And our character is all about taking our cards and telling you what they say. Every character has a passive ability that they can use once a turn or once a fight, depending on what it is. I believe it's once a turn in most situations. And so what this allows us to do is allows us to put Wild Range +2 on any suit. and Wild Suit on a card until the end of the turn. So I could turn this into an ace. You would have a 4 of a kind. You deal 1 damage for each card in a poker hand. 2 pairs are not allowed for balance reasons. It's actually to your benefit. And so, yeah, that's kind of how that works. Let me just take a look at the top of their deck, because we have Delphic Wager. Their card is higher than ours, so we don't want to use this. This compares the top card of their deck and our deck, and whoever loses takes 3 damage, which is, of course, quite a gamble, especially when you consider that it's not even really a 50-50 because, you're using a poker deck. But since we can look at the top card of the deck, it's actually not that big of a deal. I am willing to use this I think I'm just willing to deal 2 damage to you and then just deal with it. Using these aces feels bad, especially my Joker. Go ahead and end my turn. So whenever a hand is played, I now get the option of playing a better hand, but I cannot play more cards than the enemy has played. So I can't all of a sudden take this pair and beat their high card. They have to have a pair in order for me to play a pair against them, and then it has to be a better a better ranked pair. So this queen is more than good enough to beat this enemy here, but maybe we want to do some funky shit.
I'll tell you when you've won.
I'll tell you that you actually have a 2 pair, and so now I can use my pair. You're flying, so it won't do anything. I am a fool. Well,
You must be punished.
you may also have noticed some other stats here. Also, if you don't know why anything happened, any effect that just happened will currently be highlighted here so that you can hover over and take a look at anything that an enemy can do. This dice is their HP, this dice is my HP. This sword here is my attack value, this sword here is my defense value. When I attack, my attack value subtracts their defense value, and that is how many cards they draw off the top of their deck to try and beat my hand. Same with attack. When they attack, they will draw 5 cards, reduced by my defense, and then they will use their best hand in order to attack me. Now we're going to take a look at these. I have the best hand, so just get bopped.
I win, tails you lose.
I would love to reduce the cost of brass bangles twice. So now, that was originally 2 of any cards in my hand and my attack action. Now it's just my attack action in order to use that card.
My wish is your command.
This one is going to get a bit rough. Drowning, I believe, just deals damage to me. I kind of want to get rid of you, but I don't really have a hand that's capable of doing that. I do have the ability to shuffle my hand, so I might honestly do that.
By the ebbing tide.
We could have a full house, which is 5. It would take care of you.
Just a little nudge.
They physically cannot block us because their defense is too low. And I can stun one of you if I have a higher top card. I do not. So, guess that's us. And we've used our async ability, so the best we can do is block. That is kind of nasty. We're going to take 2 damage. That's going to have to happen. We still do have to play 2 cards. So I would rather cycle these out, maybe go for a flush.
I am as the desert
Pretty
breeze.
close to that flush. Dark Mirror is pretty much our claim to fame on this deck here. I'm able to permanently clone a card from an attacker's hand. So, What I would actually prefer to do is probably do that to a queen. So as far as right now, I think that we just want 2 brass bangles. There's a queen. AO. I want that.
Fate a hand.
And I want to copy that card permanently. And so now I permanently have a wild card, wild suit queen of spades. And I can use this to bop this fool. Of course, my king is obviously much less expensive, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I can take this, and I will actually choose to do that because we have the shielding. Overdraw 3 cards. I would prefer not. Now, see, the thing is here, is at this point, I want to make sure that I set up my next fight well. And so, using this flush is actually starting to not look good. I'm going to go ahead and use this to cycle their top card. That's another ace. Holy moly. Guess I'm going to cycle that ace out of there. I definitely don't want to see it. There's a 4. There we go. Now we can Delphic Wager you. And I will accept your attack, fool. I want to use this queen.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I really don't. Again, I want to try and keep this as long as possible. Might mean that this fight's going to take a while. There's a pair. There we go. You actually... no, that's not a queen. That's actually a jack. My apologies. Man. That really sucks. So I'm sure you can recognize now why I absolutely love this character.
Now it's my turn.
Harm shield isn't fun. Why would you do that? Deal damage to an enemy equal to their offense. I think we're actually going to dismantle this flush we've been holding up, and we're going to let them attack us. Main point being is that if we attack them, we'll take damage, and I'd prefer not to do that. So this might be another slow fight, unfortunately. Unless... I probably should have checked that, but I did it anyways.
Time for a change.
Oh! Too bad, bucko.
My wish is your command.
That's a permanent buff for 2 defense.
I'll tell you when you've won.
I'll take it. We can only have 1 buff at a time.
About those leaves.
+1 ability damage. That affects our gambles. +1 combat damage if we have at least 1 shield. We don't really ever have that. I think we will discard all 3 of these abilities to gain +1 ability damage. Ability damage is any damage that occurs due to us not using our actual poker cards in combat. So, it's a bit rough. I'm looking at our hand here. I think we're gonna have to hold.
Just a little nudge.
Turn that into a 10.
My wish is your command.
Now we've got a pair. 7 versus we don't know. I'm willing to take that pair to combat here. It did win. And I can't draw cards and I must scream. Certainly not actually gambling that. And there we go.
Fate is what I make it.
Remove all hearts from your deck, remove all spades from my deck. What is my ability deck? We wouldn't be able to use change of heart if we did that. Charm? That's unfortunate too. So it's literally charm versus change of heart. But when we start getting wild cards, then we're going to be able to use change of heart. We could also just remove them. Overdrawing cards is kind of nice though. That's the main problem there. Whereas this is pretty good nuke damage. Do we maybe have good nuke damage now? I don't know. Let's go ahead and get rid of all the hearts in our deck. Makes it easier for us to get flushes. Create a permanent copy of an ability card in your hand. Well, I certainly don't... Not sure I want another Delphic wager. I think I'd rather draw 2 abilities.
I am as the desert breeze.
Okay. So, Time Bomb means that when these things die, they will deal damage to us equal to the turn. We have a flush, so we're just going to go ahead and bop this thing straight away. But before we do that, we should probably check to see if we had top deck on them. Now we can check to see if we have top deck on them. We still do not. You're going to attack us for... You have nothing? I'm not scared.
I am as the desert breeze.
How close are we to the boss? With us straight? The boss is the next fight. It's a straight with black cards though, so it's not going to deal any damage. We might as well use it here. We'll try and get him with our Delphic wagers. Consumables are really powerful. But give me the health.
You must be punished.
And what exactly is this? Yeah, +1 damage with black cards, -1 damage from black cards. Rude. You have an ace. I definitely would like to get rid of that. Suppose we could attack. What are the odds that you're going to get a 3 of a kind? Relatively low? Got close. Alright. Now you have a 6. I have a queen. Get dunked on?
It's in the air. Yes, it's
Get
in
dunked
the
on?
air.
Probably should have actually echoed that back. It's worth a lot more damage than the other cards we got.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
And this is what it is all about. That's unfortunate. Because I would appreciate being able to end you. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So you're going to attack me. That's fine, we can block that.
Charmed, I'm sure.
It's not bad. I would rather use my 7 for that. I'm calculating.
Time to give fate a hand. Aha!
We're going to take 3 damage. That's not worth our abilities.
Now it's my turn.
Oh, it's from my discard. I don't know what the frick I'm doing. I'm just playing cards to play cards at this point. That is a tie. I believe we win those. You want to make yourself a diamond, a king of diamonds, so that we can actually just bop this guy? Okay, that's done. I would much rather level up.
Even I can get better.
Okay, so this is pretty big for us. Normally we would be taking Mistress of Hearts, but we kind of got rid of all of our hearts, which is kind of rough. So instead, what we're probably going to be going for is being able to defend better. That rule I mentioned before, that we have to defend with cards equal to the attacker, we can now ignore that. So now our +2 defense is actually working in our favor, because it's very possible that the enemy will just like send out 1 card and we can retaliate with 3. And that makes it actually significantly easier for us to defend with a bunch of smaller cards. For instance, normally we would not be able to block an ace, king, jack, etc. with a pair of 9s, or even a pair of 2s for that matter. And so it just makes our hand that much stronger.
Bury you.
Feeling good about that. Can I stun you? I can. Probably should have stunned the guy with extra attack, actually. That was a bit foolish of me. I'll take that back into my hand. Kind of liking this hand here because we... because we have a flush and we get to defend better now. Otherwise, we would have been getting bopped.
Now it's my turn.
Alright, I'll actually just accept your attack, because I can Fate Weaving this, and now I have a flush. I'll take another event, why not? -2 max ability hand size and reshuffle your abilities every turn. That is insanity. This thing has been nerfed twice.
My
It's
wish
still
is
probably
your
one of the
command.
best things in the game. Convert a card into a wild card. You have evasive. Top deck when a standard attack is about to strike them. If they draw jack or higher, attack is cancelled. Well, that's annoying. So we're probably just going to let you guys attack us, because we do have the Fate Weaving into a flush again. Or we could just use a pair against you. Why use all of our stuff?
Time to get
You, on the other hand, can get bopped. You can have a 3 of a kind.
You must be punished.
All right. Delphic Wagers, pretty good. You have a 4, we have a 9, we win.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
I want that back. 3 versus 9.
Guess it in the air.
Ability Shrine. We could reduce the cost of Change of Heart so that it's free. Then it's no longer a useless card. That's quite notable. Too bad we don't have 2 of them. Reduce cost of this guy and that guy. Thank you. Could we have a give me card? That'd be kind of nice.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Double penetrate, armor penetration and double attack. That is kind of Monka S here. We do beat you. We can go ahead and Delphic Wager +2 you.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
Suppose I should have made sure that that was going to do something. Oh shit. That replaced my buff. Oh no. Oh well. Get owned, I guess. We're not winning. Are you sure?
About those leaves.
That's pretty good. We just don't have it.
I love
So
shopping.
we'll take the heal because it's going to be more useful to us most likely.
I
There
am
will
as
be a
the
point
desert
at which
breeze.
our shenanigans will fail us. Queen versus Queen. I win.
Guess it in the air.
It's a little rude. 9 versus ace. I want that ace.
By the ebbing tide.
I really don't want to overkill him. And I hate using my wilds. You piece.
You cannot trust your eyes. Now it's my turn.
Okay, he's finally dead. 8 versus 6, we still don't have the upper hand here. Guess we just end our turn.
Fate is what I make.
All right. It left the heart. Are you serious?
Charmed, I'm sure.
Okay. First up, do we top deck you? We do. So how about you take a little time out?
Sad, marry you. You cannot trust your eyes.
Okay.
My wish is your command. Heads I win, tails you lose.
Hate to get rid of an ace like that.
I only grant my own wishes.
I cannot let you pass.
Huh. Guess it's gonna have to take another turn.
You must be punished.
Dark mirror. Okay.
I guard the veil.
There's a queen. Yes.
Time to give fate a hand. I can't use that right now.
Can't be used while
Can't use that
defending.
right now.
Oh no. Anyways.
You have proven worthy.
Level me up to 3.
Well, this hardly seems fair.
Like at this point, I think diamonds gaining wild suit is probably the best move, because then they can act as our hearts, and they make flushes even easier.
Now it's my turn.
This would kill you. should probably try and make sure, sorry, not that, that we have top card. We tie, so we do. Oh! Retaliate. Enemies with retaliate deal 1 damage to you when you deal attack damage to one of their allies. Well, okay. You're a little rude. Okay.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Merchant's certainly feeling pretty good. Then up to a card shrine. Oh ho, you're approaching me?
I'll tell you when you've won.
Second phase here just means that this enemy is going to have a second life bar. Shouldn't mean too much to us.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
You have an ace now. Let's take care of that. You can't have a full house. I literally don't think that the computer is allowed to use them.
Charmed, I'm sure. I only grant my own wishes.
I apparently misunderstood the idea of the,
I only grant my own wishes.
Could you please be an ace?
I am as the desert breeze. Guess it in the air. Heads I win, tails you lose.
Should have used my bangles.
About those leaves.
Your diamonds deal +1 combat damage. Holy shit.
What a bargain!
Yes. We're getting rid of our hand anyways. We might as well.
Now it's my turn. Guess it in the air. Time for a change.
You can go ahead and take a nap.
You cannot trust your eyes.
thought that my diamonds dealt +1 damage. Excuse me, game. Guess we'll just stay here.
Desert breeze.
Let you attack me. Look, a queen!
Just a little nudge.
Guess I didn't really think that one through. Bit of a waste, but
I don't have the cards.
a major waste.
I can't use that right now.
Yeah, I just wasted my trump card. I only get one of those a game. Way to go. And then we shuffled, so it's no longer there. 5 versus Jack. Just get gambled on. We really should have went with fall difficulty, shouldn't we? Go ahead and add Wild Suit to these guys right here.
My wish is your command. Heads I win, tails you lose. I only grant my own wishes.
All right. All right.
Your prayers will not be heard.
I can't really get a 3 of a kind. I could ruin your hand. Or we could just take 2 damage.
I'll tell you when you've won. I am as the desert breeze.
I would really like to equip that.
Just a little nudge.
You can keep the light.
Let's make it incredibly spicy. Give me another event. Sacrifice 1 HP to gain 3 max HP. Okay. Willing to do that. Oh no, my hand, it's useless.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Okay, this time we actually have a diamond in hand. That was kind of risky. It's a queen.
You cannot trust your eyes.
Yes, queens. Then I will bop you with it.
You must be punished.
I would prefer to Delphic. Yep, that works.
Guess it in the air.
Shame using a diamond for that, though. Look at this 15 HP mini fridge right here. Alright. An ace versus an ace? I'm not going to sacrifice an ace of diamonds just to do 3 damage to you. It's not happening. Yeah, you can attack me. Or better yet,
For a change.
put it in my hand, and then you can attack me.
Now it's my turn. Time for a change. Heads I win, tails you lose. My wish is your command. I am as the desert breeze.
Oh, hello.
Time to give fate a hand. Charmed, I'm sure. Time for a change.
Hmm. All right.
You must be punished.
We just got a little mini boss here, and then we'll be done here. Hopefully, this demonstration to me just absolutely like telling the game what reality is enjoyable to you guys. I assure you, not all characters play like this. In fact, I'd say that basically none of them do anything like this. Otherwise, you've got sort of like a tanky shielding character, you have a high damage assassin, a ranger who obviously there's technically stuff that's ranged, but he specializes in like putting summons between himself and the enemy, gaining benefits to not being next to enemies. And then a mage who pretty much just has good cards if you've got the right suits for them.
I am as the desert breeze. Guess it in the air.
Well,
Sand, bury you.
at least we ate an ace. Guess we might as well, honestly, keep that diamond. But I want to defend up. Screw your superior reanimate. Come on, man. Oh, hungering killed you. Thank goodness. Oh, we could probably fake leaving this. Get an extra damage in there.
Now it's my turn.
You're being annoying. You don't need to do all that. We just need to beat them with one card. Alright. Now we're fighting the final boss.
You must be punished.
I definitely want to get rid of this ward over here that is causing enemies to take half damage rounded up. Critical combat is also quite scary too, but it's really hard for me to actually like get in here and destroy this man. So let's take a look at what our options are. We have no options. We could snag that King of Diamonds. And then we could ebb.
By the ebbing tide.
That's almost pretty good. Now we beat you. So how about you just take 5 damage?
Tails, you lose.
It's going to be 3 because of ward, but it's going to be pretty good for us. We have Dark Mirror. We want to use Dark Mirror. I suppose I will steal your ace. And then bop you with it.
My wish is your command.
Still looking good here. That's a lot of diamonds.
I am as the desert breeze.
Charm's pretty good right now. Excuse me. 5 versus Jack, let's do it. Are you going to resist it? Nope. Take 5. And then, you know what? You want to run that shit back? Probably not.
By the ebbing tide.
a cool king you got there. Pretty much just took it for the lulz. Anyways, that is a run of War of the Branches on the second of 5 difficulties? Of 4 difficulties? I keep forgetting how many difficulties there are on that thing. They added the Invernus mode, and that is its own mode, and then there's also Invernus mode on other things? I keep forgetting. Anyways, that's the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. If this demonstration caused you to purchase the game, be sure to leave that down in the comments below. If you have any other sort of comments, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put those down there too. And until next time, I will catch you guys around.